All right, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here today. I hope you've had a great day thus far. Give me a Y or yes or a hello, James, or let's go, something in this box if you can see my screen and hear the sound of my voice. Roberta, thank you. Maury, thank you. Everett, Brad, Carl, Sharon, Dennis, Dave, Daniel, Maury, Lindai. I hope I don't say any of these names wrong. George, welcome. And William, perfect. Well, guys, I don't want to bore you to death here. I realize your time is valuable, as is mine, and I am not here to waste anybody else's time today. So what I would want to do is I want to show you how you can find opportunity and options. And what do I mean by opportunity with options? I mean stuff like this. This is a testimonial from Bob C. He's one of our clients of the Ultimate Options course. He says, Chris, Twitter, TWTR is a ticker symbol, was quite good, in at 370 and out at 920. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a 248% rate of return overnight. Now, this is the type of results that I know can be done with options. I don't want to bore you through some details, so as I'm going through this presentation, if you want me to slow down, that's fine. If you need me to speed up, just let me know. This is your time, and I'm here for you. Also, one of the things I would like to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this part out of the way as well. I'm going to send everyone a link right now. If you want to learn more about what I'm showing you today, on Tuesday at 11 a.m., we are having a webinar where we will be going in greater detail what exactly I'm here showing you right now. So if you're interested, click on that link. If you can confirm that you got that link, just throw a yes in that question box and let me know that you got that one. Roberta says yes, so I got one yes. All right, RG's there with me, Sharon's there with me, Carl is there with me. We are in the home stretch, KM. I'm going to send it to you privately. Oh, maybe not. If I can, there we go. Perfect, perfect. Robert, all right. I'm going to send any no's. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with this thing because I know you guys are ready to go. I am James Bishop. I'm the son of a United States Marine officer. I hold a degree in psychology from the victorious East Carolina University today. I'm a graduate of Market Traders Institute. I have mentored thousands of traders. I'm a published author on many investment education websites. I'm an international speaker, but most importantly, like each and every one of you in here, I sat in your seats, I did my research, I paid my dues, and I am a trader. Now this is a picture of myself in the middle, my mother and my father, and the two little ones smiling so large they could eat a banana sideways. Well, those are my spoiled little brothers that I send everything to. I represent Market Traders Institute. We were created over 20 years ago by a trader for traders. And we employ over 100 of the most talented staff in the industry, all dedicated to your trading success. We are here for you, but remain here because of you. Now, many of you in this room, you've sat through hours and hours of information. Am I right or am I right? And really, there's three reasons why you're here. Type in a me when I hit the nail on the head for you. Some of you are here just for research. If you're here just looking, type a me in right now. That's George and Mike and Debbie, Roberta, RG, Carl, Gary, Sammy. Wonderful. Now, how many people in here have traded before, whether it's options or you saw probably some Forex and stock, some very different investment classes, but you've traded before and found success, and you're looking for a way to get more? Raj, Sammy, Gary, D, S, Richard, RG, Steve. Now, the third group of you, you have traded, excuse me one second. Sorry about that, guys. It seems I had something stuck in my throat there. You have traded options or stocks or Forex, and you have failed. What I mean by failed is you lost an account. You can't find consistency. You're what I love to refer to as a yo-yo trader. Your account is up, your account is down. Your account is up, your account is down. Your account is up, your account is down. If that's you, type a me in the question box. I got Steve and RG said that's not them, so you guys must fall into our category of success. Bill and Dwayne, thank you for that. Rocky, I see you're in there. Perfect. Sharon, I love what you said here, and thank you for being so honest with me, Sharon. And Sharon, I especially want you to register for that webinar that I sent you. Sharon said, I've never traded options. They always seemed too difficult. And you know, if it seems difficult, then all you're lacking is education. A public speaker that I admire quite a lot sent a quote out the other day via online, and he said, if you want to be rich, never give up. People tend to give up. If you have persistence, you'll come out ahead of most people. More importantly, you will learn when you do something, you might fail. But that's not because you're a failure. It's because you haven't learned enough. You see, you have to embrace failure. Failure is your friend, and especially learning. So Sharon, this is especially for you. Why do traders fail? Don't care what investment class it is. According to Business Insider, 94% of all traders fail at one point in their career. And the reason is they trade without testing, they have a lack of a plan, and lastly, they have a lack of education. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about a time-tested way of trading that will give you your plan through an educational program called the Ultimate Options Course. Let's take a look at some real quick basic here. Real quick basic. If this is review, tell me to go on. But a stock trader looks at a stock that's $25 and said, hey, you know what, I think it may be going to 50. And if it does, I'll make 100% rate of return on that stock. Everybody agree with that? And everybody in this room right now knows without any equivocation that the 100% rate of return is amazing. But not to the options trader. You see, the options trader says, I'm looking at the right to buy the stock for $5. And if the stock moves from 25 to 50, that's a $25 move. However, when I subtract out my cost of the trade, the 5 initial dollars, that increased by $20. That's a 400% rate of return. Type of 100 if you'd rather have the 100. Type of 400 if you'd rather have a 400. You tell me. RG's with me. Debbie's with me. Where are you at, Sharon? Gary, I see you're there. George, thank you. George P., thank you. Bigger number is always better, says William. I like it. Brian, we'll talk about risk really quick. And I got a duh. Options can help you generate passive income from your retirement account. Except for a golf score. William, you're a man who speaks to my own hobbies. I am a huge golfer. You see, how many people in this room have a retirement account? Well, I don't care. It's 401k, Roth IRA, whatever it may be. If you have a retirement account, type yes. You can do two things with options with that retirement account. One, you can generate a passive income from that account if you so choose. But the second one I think is almost a have to know. It's how to protect that account. You see, in 2008, I can't tell you the number of clients and people that I spoke with that they were greatly effective. They lost almost everything, if not everything. And if all they did was come to a webinar like this today, and then again on Tuesday, and they learned that they could protect their entire retirement account through options, I think it would be worth it. That's why we're all here today. The other reason is, hey, you get to trade while you're awake and trading major stocks for cheaper, all through what we teach you. Now, this is also traded by some of the world's top investors, Warren Buffett and George Soros. George Soros, who manages Quantum Fund, which is one of the largest hedge funds in the world, he made $1 billion in 24 hours in the Forex market. He just increased his put position to 2.2 billion. 2.2 billion, protecting himself if the market does fall. Now I'm going to introduce you to the creator and the director of options education here at Market Traders Institute. This is Chris Irvin. He's been seen on Fox Business, CNBC, INO, Trade King. He was named a Trade King All-Star by the Trade King brokerage. He's taught both nationally and internationally. And a few years ago, we had the pleasure of having Chris join our team here at Market Traders Institute, and he created what I feel and what he feels is one of the most comprehensive options educational programs out there. The reason being is because we make it simple. Now, Sharon here said this earlier, and a lot of people have this same qualm. A lot of people in here are afraid to trade options. Why? Because they feel options are risky. And quite honestly, I've heard it myself. You see, but in options, there's just two ideals. There's a buyer and there's a seller. Just like anybody going out to buy a car, there's a buyer and there's a seller, right? Buyers have a limited risk and unlimited profit potential, but a seller has unlimited risk and very limited profit potential. Keeping with my same car example, if you were to buy a car, you know going into the dealership how much you're going to pay, period. So you know no matter what, you're only going to be out of this much out of pocket. All the rest is positive to you. Now, if you're a seller of a car, you say, hey, I can only get this much, but I have to take whatever the market dictates to me. So in this example, which would you say is better, to be a buyer or to be a seller? If you said buyer, you're correct. You see, option buyers can never lose more than you have in the trade, and you always get to trade with less risk. Absolutely, Daniel. That's great. I love that. Now, another thing that people often say is, hey, there's a lot to learn in options. I mean, you probably saw some of these today. I literally Googled option trading strategies, clicked on the very first thing, and this is what popped up. You have broken wing butterfly spread, iron condors, condor put call ratio spreads, diagonal ratio spreads, ladder spreads, deep in the money covered calls, collars, short straddles, short strip spreads. There's all sorts of flying foul in this, and quite honestly, you don't need it. You either want to learn how to trade or you want to learn how to make money. When it comes down to it, you either want to learn how to trade or you want to learn how to make money. With the Ultimate Options course, we teach you how to do both. So if you want to learn how to trade, great. If you want to learn how to make money, even better. We'll teach you how to do both. Because a lot of people are going to wow you with Vega and Theta and Gamma and Delta and Rho, and you said, man, I thought I left this back in college. Last time I saw all these Greek letters were on sorority row when I was in university. You really don't need all of them either. Like I said, everyone is in here not to just learn, but they want to make money because they see people out there making money in the options market, in the Forex market, in the stock market, and that's why you are here, in order to make money. Now, what's going to get you to that point is simple and easy-to-use strategies, straightforward methods of trading, consistent and time-tested ways of trading, and having a team to be there for you when you need it. Having access to that 14-year pro veteran, not once, but every single week that you need it. Having a lifetime of education. Having someone you can pick up the phone and say, hey, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Can you check this? And now there's really 3 ways to actually trade options, okay? We break it down in 3 steps. Evaluate, designate, and participate. Now, there's 2 types of options. We all have heard these today. The call, which is a right to buy a stock, or a put, which is the right to sell a stock. You use the you buy a call when the stock is heading up. You buy a put when the stock is heading down. Simple as that. Is everybody here with me? I'm not putting anybody to sleep, am I? I know you've been in here for a long time, and I appreciate you sitting, waiting while I'm here. So, with Go Moment Trading, which is what we call the evaluation, the designation, and the participation of a stock, or trading an option, is exactly what we're going to do. And the first step in that is to evaluate the underlying stock. Basically, you will understand how to do all of these steps through the educational program that we offer. Now, this is called points of confluence. We're going to use Japanese candlesticks, trend and trend lines, support and resistance. Man, I can't talk. Moving averages, Fibonacci retracements and extensions, and ABCD price swings to help you understand where the heck the stock is going. I don't care if it goes up or down. I know the chart's going to move to the right. I just need to know where to the right it's going to move. If I know it's going up, I'm going to buy a call. If I know it's going down, I'm going to buy a put. Either way, all I care about is that it moves. Now, this is actually taught in this educational program literally in modules 1 through 9, where we go through the introduction, what a stock is, factors that influence a stock, Japanese candlesticks, support and resistance, trend and trend lines, Fibonacci basics, sub-ABCDs, time frames, and then we get into options themselves. Now, the next area that we have to do is designate which option to trade. The way we do that is through what we call the depot method. Now, the depot method stands for delta, expiration, premium, open interest, and time value. Delta, expiration, premium, open interest, and time value. We have actually created a 5-step checklist that says, is the delta between this and this? Is the expiration between this and this? Is the premium between this and this? What is the time value between this and this? Now, as you see this on your screen, this is literally, I just pulled this up. This is off Yahoo Finance. This isn't even my broker's platform. But it says call options. These are all the calls if you think the stock is heading up. These are all the puts if you think the stock is heading down. First of all, by the evaluation section, you'll knock off half of this, whether it's call or put. Then, when we designate, you will narrow down this long chain of options to one. Do you think if you had this checklist in your hands 6 months ago, a year ago, if you were trading options, that you would be more successful today than you have been? Do you think going forward, if you had this into your hands and you were able to really narrow down these checklists, these options into one, maybe two, that ultimately it would help you? Yes or no? Yes, says Everett. Yes, says Lawrence. Yes, says Daniel. Yes, says Gary. Wonderful. Because today, I'm also going to give out my email address. And I would like you guys personally to email me. I'm sending it right now. And either myself or a member of my team will reach out to you to set an appointment with you to talk to you one-on-one to see exactly what it is that we can help do for your trading. Now, the number one rule of trading is capital preservation, right? You can't keep trading if you keep losing money. I understand that. You understand that. Pretty much everyone in here understands that you can't keep trading unless you don't have the money to. So what MTI did was create something, and Chris Irvin, I should say, created this, that would allow you to define your risk. All right? It will allow you to define your risk. First of all, you say what account size you have. I'm putting in hypothetical numbers here. Let's say you just had an account of $10,000, and you said the most you ever wanted to lose was 2%. Or you're going to look at a stock, and you find a stock for 20 bucks. Said, hey, that's not bad. In order for me to make a great rate of return, I'm going to have to buy 100 shares. That's going to cost you about $2 grand. The option on that stock was $2.50. You're going to buy one contract, which allows you to control that same 100 shares. The option's delta will be 0.75, and that's going to cost you about exactly $250. Just based on this, would you rather risk $2,000 in a trade or $200 or $250 in a trade? Kind of rhetorical. I'm going to keep going here. Put in our resistance level, and we're going to put in our support level. Now, immediately when I filled out this resistance and support, it tells you, hey, when the underlying stock reaches $35.64, close out your trade either way. And when you do that, you would have made a $1,564 reward if you traded this $2,000 stock. That's a great rate of return, about 83% right there. However, if you placed a $250 trade, you would have been able to generate $1,173. Raphael asked, can we use the same strategy with other indices? Absolutely, Raphael. Now, the stop loss, which is the point at which you say, hey, if this trade goes against me, I have to close out no matter what at $17.82, shows that your risk in the stock, this $2,000 trade, is $218, which is over your maximum loss. However, with the option, your risk in this $250 trade, you're willing to risk $163.50, and you're meeting a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. This equity trade map checklist itself will help you get out of those trades and stay away from those trades that you should have never gotten into in the first place, because we all know that we've been in those. I've been in them, you've been in them, and I know. Now here's an example of what you can do with this. So you look at Best Buy here. This was an example of a trade we placed. Best Buy was trading at $37.26. The option on it was $4.27. When we closed, it closed higher to $11.20. That was a $695 worth of profit in a little over 2 months. Now, right now, we are right before earnings season. It's about to come. It's greatest times of the year when it comes down to it for trading in options and equities. But the beauty of it is that we don't actually care whether it goes up or whether it goes down. How many people in here would love to be able to place a trade that you don't care if it goes up or if it goes down? Give me a yes, give me a me, give me a something in this question box if that's a strategy that you would be interested in. So only about 3. Okay, there's 5. I have well over 200 of you in this room. Let's see some more yeses coming here. Okay, there we go. Now they're coming in. You see, we don't care if Facebook heads up or down, because what we'll do is we'll straddle it and buy a call and buy a put at the exact same time, and we will be able, when Facebook opens the next morning, $11 higher, we'll be able to close out that trade and make $225 worth of profit. Chipotle, straddle it as well. When it opens up and it is $60 higher the next morning, we can close out that trade for $1,659. You see, this all has to do with what type of option you buy, whether it's near the money, at the money, or out of the money, and what your deltas are. Because with the progression of the delta, you can actually make money faster no matter if it opens up higher or if it opens down lower. You can make money faster than you actually lose it. Now, here's another example. GMCR, Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Straddle it, up $15.95 the next morning. Close out for $331.94. Ultimately, yes, Raphael, you can make money either way, so there's really not that much risk. You see, these are straddle opportunities right in front of you that we have put on a spreadsheet to tell you how many days we were in the trade, whether they won, they lost, what the difference was. And this ultimately was what you care about. From From earning seasons that have passed this year, we have generated over $7,844.27. Now, I'm not saying you're going to quit your job over this. Not at all. But ultimately, if you were able to make an extra $8,000 this year, would you be mad? Absolutely not. What I am saying is that utilizing the depot method, as well as the other methods that we teach, and we'll teach you more advanced strategies as well, you have the potential to be like Charles P. here, who got involved with this course on July 17th, placed 2 trades, and made 83% of the cost of the course back. Ultimately, that is what it's all about. Now, the one thing that I wanted to show you as well, and I'm going to bring this up right now. This is a very integral part of this class. And the reason I bring this up is because of this. How many people in here say, James, that sounds great, but how do I know what's the right opportunity? How do I know when to get in the trade? Well, Chris Irvin, a 14-year veteran, will send you an email. Stop getting worried about emails that cost you money, whether it's to pay a bill, a grocery list from your wife, another job, another report you have to do for work. How about getting an email that says, hey, here's Tesla, here's Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, here's the chart for it, and here's my order ticket. Take this trade with me if you want. And then the next day you get a follow-up email saying, hey, everyone, congratulations, that GMCR straddle I sent out yesterday has worked out nicely. It's up currently 15.5% or so as I'm writing this. After 2 brutal days for the NASDAQ, it's not a surprise to me that the market is up today. That does not mean I think it will remain up based on our previous conversation, We made 23% in less than 24 hours. Here's your chart. Here's your order ticket. Let's close out. If you have found power in what I've shown you today, then I want you all to take a quick second, utilize this link, and I'll walk you through it real quick. I just sent out the link one more time. I'm going to bring over a new Google tab, paste that link in there. Oh, I sent the wrong link. Let me send the right one. Utilize that link that I just sent you, not the first one, but the second one. Type your first name, type your last name, type your email address. Get registered for our Tuesday webinar. Shoot me an email. Ask me questions if you must. But ultimately, I want you, and you owe it to yourself, to find a simple, straightforward, and easy strategy that can help you find the success that you're looking for. Far too often, people try to overcomplicate things. And when you overcomplicate trading, it can be confusing, it can be noisy, and it can be costly. And ultimately, what the Ultimate Options course was created for was to help get rid of the noise and help put money back in your pocket. Richard, if you want, shoot me an email. I'm going to send you my email. I'll also, if you'd like, register for you for the webinar. And anyone who wants to talk to me after this, please email me and let me know a day and a time that would be convenient to talk to you. I'll either have myself or I will have one of my education specialists reach out to you, find out a little bit more about your needs, because ultimately we don't want to waste your time or have your time wasted. We want to make sure that A, trading options is for you, B, this is something that is for you, and C, can you make money at this? So ladies and gentlemen, here's my email. I will send out the link, and Carol, there is my personal email, and I'll answer any of your questions. Thank you all for joining today.